our strategy is solve an unsolved problem. Okay? Aggregation in these areas is one method to solve an unsolved problem. Right? और जो हमेशा हम बोलते हैं और सोचते हैं कि successful businesses are built on deep customer insights. Deep customer insights about what? About unsolved problems that the customer is facing. Now, unsolved problem is one solution is aggregation, but that's not the only solution. Where did the idea of Naukri come from? In my last job, I was working in a company that was then called HMM. Now it's called GlaxoSmithKline. I was in marketing. It's a consumer product company. And I was working on the brand Horlicks. I used to observe that when the office copy of Business India would come in, all my colleagues would read it from the back. And we used to sit in an open hall so I could observe. 6-8 लोग थे, 10 लोग थे एक हॉल में. तो मैं देखता था जब भी Business India की कॉपी आती थी, it would go from desk to desk, and people leave it from the back. Because there were 35 to 40 pages of appointment ads in the back of the magazine. And then they would start discussing, there's a job going here, what do you think? And, and I found it interesting behavior. यानी आर्टिकल नहीं पढ़ रहे, नौकरियों का इश्तिहार देख रहे हैं. And they're actually not going to switch jobs because, if you wanted FMCG, you wanted marketing, which means head office, which means Delhi, right? You wanted MNC.
Yeah.
Right? There were just two companies.
Nestle
and HMM. Yeah. This is pre-liberalization. None of these Gurgaon companies had come. Yeah. Gurgaon had not developed then. So you were in the best job that you could be in because they would not hire from each other, these two companies. Right? And so they would not apply anywhere, but they would talk. Okay, so वहाँ से मेरे को एक insight मिली कि jobs are a high interest category of information. Yeah. The second thing I observed was that because there were 8-10 people who were all from the IIMs in one place with FMCG, MNC marketing experience, this is a good headhunting pool of talent. And every week, 1 or 2 or 3 headhunters will call up and try and headhunt one or the other of my colleagues. And every time it's a different job in a different company, and these jobs are not advertised in Business India or Times of India, anywhere. So I figured that there are maybe hundreds, maybe a couple of thousand headhunters out there, servicing maybe tens of thousands of clients with many times more number of jobs. And these jobs are not advertised. And jobs are a high interest category of information, which means that what appears in print is merely the tip of the iceberg. There's a massive market below the surface. So I concluded, that there is something here. I don't know exactly what. This is 1990. There's no internet. There's no LAN. There's no computer every day. There's no laptops. There's no mobile phone. Nothing. इसमें कुछ है. Exactly what I do not know. Right? There was an insight.
Yes.
When I saw the internet for the first time in 97, I said, let's just take jobs from newspapers around the country and magazines and just put them on the net and see what happens. And that's how we launched Naukri. I used to get 29 newspapers and magazines from around the country into our office, and 2 data entry guys would just input the appointment ads in our own words, in our own format.
Okay.
And we'd upload it. And traffic aa gaya. Because jobs are a high interest. Now the jargon for it now is, it became viral.
Yes.
That jargon did not exist. Right? But we got traffic. When traffic aa gaya, we began to charge for listings. And that's how we got a revenue model. And that's how the business is built. Customer insight. When I met Dipinder Goyal for the first time, there were 3 or 4 restaurant listing sites, but Zomato was then called Food eBay. So Food eBay was the only one with all the menu cards. And I found that very useful.
You were using it?
Yes. Hitesh was using it. We talked. Hitesh said, look at it. I said, okay. My son was using it. We would discuss kahan jana khane pe on the weekend after seeing the menu cards. So I went to Network Solutions. I did a who is search on the domain name, and I found Dipinder Goyal's name as admin contact. I did a search on Dipinder Goyal, and I found some email ID somewhere.
Okay.
And I sent a cold email saying, are you the same Dipinder Goyal who's done Food eBay? If so, well done. I am so and so. Can we talk? This is my mobile number. He called me back. I mean, after 2-3 days, he didn't. First, he thought I was trying to sell him an office or something. But then he did a Google search on my name and he figured that I probably want to talk about something else. He called me back. And we met. And first question I asked him was the idea to put the menu cards. Where did you get the idea from? And he said, I used to work in Bain Consulting in Gurgaon. And now Bain was this, maybe 50, 60 people worked there. Mostly young, mostly single, many males, many living away from home. They'd come from different cities and towns, which means घर से खाना नहीं मिलता, right? Working hours were long. You invariably had lunch and dinner in the office at work. Office had a cafeteria which would not serve food, but you could get your own food and have it there. To make life easy for the staff, the admin team had collected some 70 or 80 menu cards from restaurants that will deliver there, right? The delivery menu cards, and put them in a file, couple of files, and kept those files in the cafeteria. And Dipinder would say, 1 p.m., it's a long line to access these files, and you get 1 minute to look at it, and you quickly call up, place your order, and you come back after 1 hour when the food is delivered, and then you eat. He says, boss, I got work to do, deadlines to meet, I'm hungry, I'm under stress, huge pain to do this whole process, complicated process. So one weekend I came into office, and I scanned all these menu cards, and put them up on my personal page on the office intranet. And 2 days later, the IT infra guy came to me and said, man, what have you done? Why is 95% of internal traffic going to your page? What's going on? He says, penny dropped. I had the customer insight that aggregation of menu cards has got value. Just as 15 years ago, I had figured aggregation of jobs will have value. Right? The market gave a signal, the customer gave a signal. He was smart enough to observe it and say, "Isme kuch hai." He began to go out on weekends and pick up menu cards. When he had 800 restaurants menu cards, he launched Food eBay, instant traffic. Right? And that's how Zomato started. Customer insight.
Policybazaar mein you cut a 20 CR check based on a PPT.
Yeah, that is pre-product, pre-launch, pre-this thing. Usme kya tha ki, first of all, this team had experience in doing a similar product for the European market. Okay. Right? So they knew the nuts and bolts of how to build a product.
Yes.
Second, see, Yashi sat across the table with me, right, in 2008 in my cabin in office, and he said, I'm willing to bet you are paying 60% more for your car insurance than you need to. And I said, don't be daft. Right? I bought the insurance from the dealer when I bought the car. I renew it every year. It's a public sector company. National Insurance. There is no way they are overcharging me. Right? I trust them. The public sector hai, sarkar hai. Isn't it, they're different companies, a different way of pricing risk and understanding risk, and you'll be surprised. So take out your insurance policy. So I carry my insurance policy in my backpack. So I took it out. Right? And he took the details and he queried something online. Not his site, but some other database. Okay. And within 45 minutes, I think he was querying the individual sites of all insurance companies. Right? And within 25 minutes, he had produced a spreadsheet which showed comparison between 8 or 10 insurance companies, the same policy, same car, same policy, same model insurance, right? And sure enough, what I was paying for my insurance was 40% higher than the lowest quote. And he said, there is massive opacity and it's very difficult to compare across insurance companies for the same policy. And I said, look, if there's this kind of price difference for the same policy across insurance companies, so this thing has to succeed. Because we just felt this value prop is so powerful.
Yeah.
कि अगर 40% का फर्क है या 60% का फर्क है, then लोग compare करेंगे. They just don't know it. Right now, कि different फर्क है. Moment you go out there and you make it apparent, they all come. And that's what happened.